Hi, John Courtney from Legal Potions by LBC Law Group. Let's talk about some car crashes. Watch them together, break it down. And anything I offer in this video is not legal advice. If you want legal advice, you'd have to come to my firm and fill out some paperwork, and I'll give you some legal advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. Let's get started here. All right, first video we got here. Green Jeep. Boom. What do I see here? All right. I see one of two things happen. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that the green Jeep ran a red light. Two other vehicles are hit. But one of the things I noticed going on is where the attorney mind anyway jumps in is either one, the person in the green Jeep was very injured from that accident and was no longer conscious. Or two, there was some sort of medical thing that went on. My own car got hit one time because someone went into a diabetic shock while driving and smashed into my parked car. Luckily, I wasn't in it. And so it looked like it could have been something like that because the Jeep, after the impact, keeps rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling, where you'd think that if someone was conscious, that they would tap the brake. All right, let's go to another video. So what do we have in this video? We've got a small car pulling out. Looks like the car is going to go into the left lane, which would make sense. The lane that doesn't have a truck barreling down it. Truck appears to be in the right lane. Pulls over. Looks like the car is going into the left lane. And then last minute pulls right in front of this truck that's going considerably faster than the car. That accident could have been avoided if the person in the car had just pulled into the other lane. Okay, on this next video, I'm not talking about legal fault, any legal analysis. I'm using the word fault in the vernacular, just like the rest of us do. It appears to me that this Jeep Cherokee maroon vehicle is doing one of those famed California stops. Not a complete stop, just kind of rolling. And rolling in an area where there's cars lined up along the side of the street, obstructing the truck's view. But the other driver should have noticed that too, that they are driving through a little tiny channel right there. Looks like that person's going at a little faster rate of speed than they should be going through a little tiny channel like that. I'd say both people were at fault on this accident. The Jeep could have potentially avoided the accident by creeping into that intersection a little more slowly. The car could have avoided that car accident by driving the appropriate speed. Slow down when you have to go through a little tiny channel where other cars might be going by. Okay, let's see. So, no, that's one. Another California rolling stop in this video. We see a Chevy truck, a classic Chevy truck, being hit by a newer Chevy truck. There's a sign to the left of the older Chevy truck pulling out of the parking lot, obstructing his view a little bit. Does the California rolling stop again, doesn't come to a complete stop, creeps out way too far, far enough to where he should have had a view prior to getting that far out. Okay, I like this one. So in this next video, it's pretty clear who's at fault here. We see in first person view the light turn red. And after the light turns red and is red for a little while, a little tiny car comes out, looks like a Toyota Prius and a little SUV. Boom! Slams right into him with enough impact, it seems, to where a bunch of steam starts coming out. I imagine that's a busted radiator or something like that. Watch those red lights, right?
I'll find out, because of course everything comes through your phone these days, and I'll let you know when we have our two winners. All right, Dave Palmer at GRNonline.com.
I don't even know what's going on in this video. There's a red sports car coming by. It's always sad when a red sports car gets banged up. And this little tiny white car, or is it sad? This little tiny white car comes out, just kind of meandering around on the road and just slams into him. Inexplicable. The fault's pretty clear on this one. think I see something in this one that I want to make sure of quickly. Okay, on this one, we really can't make it out, but we see two red lights going in the forward direction from the view of the camera. And we see where we would see a green turn signal. We see some green light there. I can't make out if that is a green arrow for sure. But then we see a minivan just plow into him right there. I'm going to say that the person in the minivan was distracted, which brings me to my next point. Don't text and drive.
So because your Steelers take their second time. Are you okay?
I'm good. You're good.
Oh my god, yeah.
There wasn't much I could do. That
In this video, we see the bumper of a truck in front of us from the camera point of view. We see the driver starting to veer off to the shoulder, apparently seeing, my best guess, someone behind them barreling at him at a pretty quick rate of speed. And then if you look at the aftermath, the damage to that pickup bed, it appears that that car, my guesstimate, was probably going 50, 60 miles an hour when the traffic ahead stopped. Oh, this one's great. So this next video, we've got like one of these, I guess they call them box trucks. And it looks like a box truck. We can't tell that it's full of water until the point of impact, and you see all kinds of water or some chemical gushing out of it. At any rate, it looks like it's a heavy truck trying to turn a corner as if they were in a Porsche 911 RS Turbo. Probably a bad idea. The truck barrels around the corner. The top weight flips it over onto his side, crashes into some innocent person just trying to get to work. Boom.
Path detected. Into the emergency call center.
Well, in this video, we see the classic bump bump. The driver is rear-ended and then pushed into the car in front of him. And this video captures the inside of the car and the reaction of the person who got hit. Doesn't look like he saw it coming, and looks like he's hurt immediately. This is the time to call a lawyer. Okay, we've got a car turning left very slowly into oncoming traffic, and no surprise, boom. If you were in the car that hit that other car that pulled out in front of you, call a lawyer like me immediately. Nighttime video. This next video, it's nighttime. That makes those green lights really stand out. Driving through the intersection, camera point of view, and a car pulls out in front of you while you're going, appears to be about 45 miles an hour, probably going the speed limit even. If you were in that car with the camera in it, you should call an attorney. If you were in the car that didn't have a camera in it, you should call your insurance company. Okay, we've got wet conditions in this video. We've got a succession of cars or procession of cars. I don't know. We have a bunch of cars in a line, And when you're in a line with cars right behind you, right in front of you, you don't have much vision. What happens in this video, it's classic. We've all seen it before. They pull out to try to go around the cars in front of them because they're tired of waiting in this line. But when they do so, someone else is going the speed limit, probably close to it, and smashes into them. So, word of caution here, you probably shouldn't even be going the speed limit if there's a long line of cars in front of you and you can foresee the possibility of somebody pulling out. Doesn't necessarily mean you'd be at fault if you were in the car that actually hit that car pulling out. You did have the right of way technically, but technically is not going to keep you healthy for the rest of your life. You need to be a little more proactive about your own safety. I think that driver should have slowed down there, but that driver still probably has a good case and should probably call a lawyer. The car that pulled out in front of that car should call the insurance company and report the accident. This next one's in the snow. The driver's driving forward, decides, you know what, I'm going to make a left turn even though there's this car coming. Newsflash, in the snow, that car that's coming is not going to be able to slow down. Let's see if that's mine. Okay. All right, black truck making a left turn at a diagonal, kind of partially through that turn, hit at full speed by a car. That's not a great angle for an impact. You've got, instead of it being squared off to where all the impact's going to either be frontal or rear, the way seats were designed to protect you, you're going to have kind of this diagonal impact, which can twist, turn, contort the body. A lot of times you see more serious injuries when accidents happen at angles that aren't 90-degree angles. Oh! Did you see that car jump the curb? I don't know what's going on in there, but somebody probably got hurt in that one. So this driver is just driving down the street, la-di-da-di-da, any ordinary day. And then all of a sudden, a car jumps the curb, slams into the vehicle, and you can tell by the camera orientation, spins the vehicle. This happened to me. I was hit by a drunk driver in 1993. Truck jumped the curb, hit me head on. My truck went spinning. Just the impact alone broke my collarbone in two places. How? The seatbelt literally punched a piece of my collarbone out. I also broke my kneecaps in that car accident, knocked some teeth out, and broke my thumbs on the steering wheel. That's a pretty bad accident. That's probably a high-dollar case for the person who got hit because they're going to need likely a lot of medical treatment.
Yeah, hang on. Wow.
Okay, this truck is driving down the highway. It doesn't look like he's driving at a crazy rate of speed or anything like that. What it looks like to me instead is the truck's driving down the road and you see it start to sway back and forth and then it's completely out of control. What that appears to be to me is a blowout. Looks like the tire blew out on the truck. Maybe no fault of the driver, no negligence on the driver's part, but you got to get granular with it. As an attorney, I'd want to see the tires on that truck. If those tires were bald, then it was foreseeable that that tire would blow out, potentially causing an accident and hurting someone else on the road. But you'd have to really get granular with the facts to see if there was a case here at all. And like I said, the first thing I'd want to see is the tread on those tires of that truck to see if it was foreseeable they'd have a blowout. Now, on the other hand, if they were brand new tires and he had a blowout, might be a case against the manufacturer of the tire if the tire itself was defective. This is one where if I was the driver of that truck, I'd probably want to talk to an attorney. And if I was the driver of the car that got hit, I'd probably want to talk to an attorney. If you like seeing cars get smashed, and my impressions, or at least my initial impressions on it, then smash those buttons. You know what I'm saying?